Don't you wish you could fail a test and get $2 million? That's what happened in New York City. I'm not sure if you heard about this story, but a black man in New York City who failed teacher's tests many times will receive over $2 million in compensation after the court determines the test was racist. You didn't hear that wrong. Let's get into the story from Blaze Media. This is crazy right here. So, a guy took the teacher's exam in New York and failed it multiple times. So, there was a class action lawsuit. It says on July 5th, a 64-year-old man named Herman Grimm was awarded over $2 million as a part of a series of judgments expected to cost NYC perhaps more than $2 billion. The judgment, gosh, the judgment stemmed from the liberal arts and sciences test, which all NYC teachers and prospective teachers were required to pass in order to receive a teaching license between 1994 and 2014. So between 93 and 95, 90% of white teachers and prospective teachers who took the test passed, compared to just 53% of their black counterparts. Hispanic test takers performed even worse, passing just 50% of the time. So, this is nuts right here. All right, so 90% of white people pass the test. And so you still have a majority of black. I'm trying to look at the glass half full here. You still have a majority of black people passing the test. But because the 47% didn't, there was a lawsuit because the test was racist. Or because more white people passed. When they took the exact same test. My thing is, what about the 53% that did pass? The black people who did pass the test? Are they, what is the reason for them passing? Why? They're not getting money for this. They did their work, they studied, they practiced for a test, whatever it is, and they passed. So you have a majority of black people who went on to be teachers. Apparently after taking this test. It's crazy. $1.8 billion. This is taxpayers' money. Now, this guy here, even though he failed the test several times, like he says, I can't tell you how many times I took them. A lot. Grimm told the New York Post. Uh, we'll watch that interview in a little bit. But it says, though several failed attempts to pass the test might have put a teaching career out of reach for most applicants, he defied the odds. He opened a preschool business in the mid-90s and kept it open until 2015. He also spent time as a substitute teacher in the city until last year when he passed the current certification exam and became a special education teacher in Harlem. Judgments may be awarded to as many as 5,200 failed test takers like Grimm. Thus far, about 3,000 judgments have been issued, ranging from a few $100s to Grimm's $2 million. At least 225 awardees have received at least $1 million. And many of these recipients will continue to receive money well into the future. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy right here. Now, there is one principal who disagreed with this right here. He says the standards are the standards, and I agree with that. It shouldn't be based on what would be easy for blacks or whites. To hire people who are not qualified and change the requirements because a certain group didn't pass a test is BS. And he's absolutely right. The test is the test. If you can't pass it, you can't pass it. And this guy obviously did something productive with his life. He opened up a preschool, which is a very commendable thing to do. Helping young kids in the early stages of their life. I went to preschool, and I'm sure it was very beneficial for me. My mom used to drop me off before she went to school at Pierce College in California. She used to drop me off. I would stay for a few hours, and it was a great time. We read, we did our ABCs, whatever it was. I interacted with other kids, and I remember those days. And I'm sure it was very beneficial to my development socially. So he did a great thing. He became self-employed, opened up a preschool, and ran it for 20 plus years. And he also was a substitute teacher. So he didn't. He was. I consider that a success because a lot of people would give up after failing a test multiple times, and he defied the odds and found other avenues to still stay within the teaching field and help children. But no, people think that the test was racist or whatever they say because more white people passed. It's plain stupid. There was a test I took for a trade. I took it 4 times. Where's my money? After failing the first 3 times, where's my money? I'm black and Hispanic. All right, so let's watch this video here. Here's the guy who we were talking about who won $2 million for failing a test.
And they knew I wasn't taking them serious because I just wasn't taking them serious. You know, would you send me letters and tell me about lawsuit? Because I know lawsuit either they go through or they won't go through. You know, from reading, hearing news, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I know a couple of people that had, well, not in education, but they went through lawsuits and they didn't win or anything like that. Mm. So to me, it's just like fabric. You know, either, you know, but it's when I finally got it in my head, they kept pushing and kept explaining things piece by piece until I sort of got it in my head and just listened to them and it went from there.
Okay.
But still today, I don't really believe it. But, you know, and yesterday we on the phone for a long time trying to convince me that it's real, it's no game, it's no, you know, falsehood and all that stuff. But it's not. I'm a normal person. I had to struggle for money.
As you can see or can hear the smoke chirping multiple times in this video. I don't know. If sometimes people just need to realize that, hey, this isn't for me. And it's sometimes you have to pack it in and move on to something else or find other avenues like he did. Opening up a preschool, that was a very commendable thing, like I said. But this idea that the test was racist is ridiculous when people are taking the exact same exam. This is what's wrong with society. People, they think everything is racist. It's geared to keep black people down or Hispanics down. But you still have 50% of the Hispanic community, people who took this test, passed the test. So are they just Trojan horses for white supremacy? Or did they take the white supremacy test or something that was easier for them to pass? They went on with their lives, and I'm sure they had great teaching careers, helping kids out. Why were they able to pass? They did the work, and they got it done. And some people sometimes it's just not going to work out for you. Hey, sometimes you pack it in. Hey, like I said, hey, this is not for me. I can't seem to get this done. And I'm going to defy the odds and do something and go around it. Be a substitute teacher, open up a school. Maybe you move somewhere else if you can and take a test somewhere else. I don't know. But I don't think you need to file a lawsuit because more white people pass. I mean, you don't need to do that. That's stupid. You know what? I need to file a lawsuit against the state of Texas for that test that I took because I failed it 3 times. And I'm sure there was a white person out there that passed it on the first try. So yeah, it must have been harder for me. We took the exact same test. I was actually in the room with other blacks and Hispanics and white people. And why did they pass it first? And I didn't. So maybe I'll file a class action, maybe I'll file a lawsuit, and I could get $2 million for not passing the first time. I need to find out some statistics first. Yeah, but this is nuts. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.